Hi, it's time for another math easy solution. Time to discuss further into athlete's foot. Now go over part 3. And if you were one of my earlier subscribers, you'll know that I made parts 1 and 2 about 5 and 6 years ago. And now I think I may have actually discovered the cure, or at least for me. So baking soda plus rubbing alcohol equals cure? I think so indeed. So let's just jump right in, and like always, if you don't have time to watch this whole video, just play this at a faster speed. You'll increase your brain power and save time. So anyways, let's jump right in. So athlete's foot part 3. Did I find a cure for athlete's foot? I think I did. So my ongoing multi-year saga with athlete's foot continues, but I may actually figured out how to get rid of it forever. First off, recall from my earlier videos on athlete's foot from 2012 and 2013. Here is a screen grab from my earlier videos. Yeah, this one right here is where it all started. This is in 2012, so about 6 years ago. And you can see my right foot here. This was absolutely nasty. That's pretty messed up. And this video had 500,000 views, and it's actually my most watched video. Unbelievable. I guess I have to start doing full-time math feet solutions videos instead. So anyways, in that video I go over some of the explanations for athlete's foot, as well as some ways to treat it, and the way that I was told by my doctor was using this antifungal foot cream and also soaking my feet in water, in warm soapy water. So I tried that, and applying that antifungal foot cream and soaking my feet in water was the first treatment I had done for my athlete's foot, but eventually it came back. So it went away, but didn't quite go away. And then I made another video after getting another severe case of athlete's foot, and this was yeah, so I decided to tape this one afterwards because I got it reinfected by going inside a hot tub, because it never fully went away, and then it wouldn't go away with the old treatment method of using that antifungal treatment and soaking in warm water. Yeah, so since my athlete's foot never really went away, and after reinfecting my feet when going inside a hot tub, I had tried other more quote physical treatments, such as taping up the infected area. This did work, but the athlete's foot never really went away either for years. Yeah, since I always play soccer, so never had a chance to let it fully heal up. And now fast forward to 2018, and after bruising my left foot during soccer, during a soccer game a few weeks ago, I tried icing it using a cold ice water method. I just had ice cold water, put my feet in there so it freezes up. And then after soaking it for about 30 minutes or so at a time, and for both feet, my arch nemesis came back, and this was literally like a week or so ago. Absolutely nasty. This is my left foot there. What is going on? Yeah, this is just nasty. And then here's the right foot. This is much deeper than the left one. It's a bit blurry, but it's pretty nasty over there. So one thing I learned for sure: if your athlete's foot is not 100% gone, don't soak it in water for too long. But if you have to, well, follow my tips right here. So cure for athlete's foot? Question mark? I think this is the real thing, real deal. So after discovering online that I could disinfect my toothbrush using baking soda and or rubbing alcohol, I thought maybe I could do the same for my athlete's foot. And this is my electric toothbrush I had getting disinfected using a solution of water plus baking soda. Hashtag works very good. So I learned you could do that, and this actually cleans it pretty well. So initially I was going to use just water and baking soda for my athlete's foot, but my history of recatching athlete's foot when soaking in water made me think of another better alternative, and that's rubbing alcohol, which is also a disinfectant. And I thought combine that with baking soda, you get another level of cleaning power. So here's a mixture, and you can see that it reacts to form a semi-solid watery white paste. From there you could just rub it by hand, and there it is. Put them both together and you get this paste-like, or just like a semi-solid watery paste mixture. So literally after a few days, the athlete's foot was completely gone from my left foot, almost gone from my more severe right foot. Hashtag amazing. This is absolutely ridiculous. This hasn't been like this since probably 10 years ago. I'm just going to put a hashtag amazing right there. That was worth it. Unreal. And this is the right foot. This was more severe than the left one, but this is still almost completely gone. Amazing. Hashtag absolutely amazing. Put a check mark. So here's a short video, if you want to see how I mix and apply it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a video of me mixing and applying the solution to my feet. Let's just play this right here. Alright, let's play it. So that's the rubbing alcohol I use, is 50% mixture. You could use more or less, it doesn't really matter. This is the one I use, the Arm & Hammer baking soda. So yeah, just put as much as you want. So yeah, I basically just do free for all, just throw it in whatever and see what happens. And yeah, you can see it reacts a tiny bit. And then just mix it in. There, just throw my foot on the counter. And yeah, just rub it by hand, just throw it anywhere. You can put as much or as little as you want. And what you'll feel is a slight tingling sensation at the infected areas. Also, my toes are a bit messed up, so I start putting them all over there, and to see if those heal up. And I think they are healing up as well. But the athlete's foot, the fungus area, just completely disappears like magic. And so yeah, just put as much as you want. And you can also wash your whole feet with it. That's what I started doing, just washing the whole feet with it. And yeah, that's pretty standard, pretty straightforward there. Yeah, I recommend you do that, as well as let me know how it happens or how it reacts with your feet. So now, depending on how severe your athlete's foot is, you may feel a slight burning sensation or tingling sensation at the fungus location, and that's how I knew it was working. So I'll see if continually applying the solution to my toenails can clean them up too. I also got messed up toenails. Again, I blame soccer. So try the solution out for yourself and let me know if it works for you. And if you want to purchase from Amazon, please use my search results affiliate link. Helps me out, I get a small percentage. So after clicking any of the links, I can get a small percentage if you buy anything on Amazon within 24 hours of clicking the link. So it doesn't need to be this, it could be anything as long as you click that link. And then you have 24 hours to whatever you buy from your computer or wherever you clicked it. I think that's how it works, or if you're logged in and whatnot. So here's just this affiliate link, just search results. So this is the search term rubbing alcohol, just gives you results there. Or you could go look for the one I bought that I currently use is this Dellen alcohol 50% by volume alcohol right there. There's 3 of them. And here's the baking soda search term, and the one I currently use is shown right here, Arm & Hammer right there. And here is another tip. If you have dry feet or they become dry after using the baking soda rubbing alcohol solution, then make sure to moisturize your feet, because I've noticed that when I wash my feet with these, with this solution, it does become a bit dry, because I don't wear socks or anything, so it becomes dry. And yeah, so moisturizing it is in fact pretty good. So in fact, moisturizing your feet and occasionally massaging them with the rubbing alcohol can help strengthen your feet and prevent injury, especially if you are always on your feet or are an athlete, which I supposedly am. And here's the affiliate link for the search term for moisturizer, and the one I currently use is shown below right here. Now here's just a quick short read up on rubbing alcohol and baking soda, just for some background info if you haven't already read up on it. This is from Wikipedia. So rubbing alcohol refers to either isopropyl alcohol or ethanol-based liquids. All rubbing alcohols are unsafe for human consumption. Isopropyl rubbing alcohols do not contain the ethyl alcohol of alcoholic beverages. Ethyl rubbing alcohols are based on denatured alcohol, which is a combination of ethyl alcohol and one or more bitter poisons that make the substance toxic. So yeah, don't go around drinking rubbing alcohol. And the word rubbing there is for a reason, i.e. not eating or drinking. So here's sodium bicarbonate, IUPAC name sodium hydrogen carbonate, commonly known as baking soda, is a chemical compound of the formula NaHCO3. It looks something like this for some chemistry for you. Now let's go over the uses. So uses in cooking, sodium bicarbonate referred to as baking soda is primarily used in baking as a leavening agent, and it is also a mild disinfectant. It has weak disinfectant properties, and it may be an effective fungicide against some organisms. But as I showed, when combined with rubbing alcohol, it works pretty well against the fungus in athlete's foot. So yeah, at least for me. So because baking soda will absorb musty smells, it has become a reliable method for use booksellers when making books less malodorous. Pretty interesting. So also personal hygiene. Toothpaste containing sodium bicarbonate has in several studies been shown to have better whitening and plaque removal effect than toothpaste without it. And sodium bicarbonate is also used as an ingredient in some mouthwashes. It has anti-caries and abrasive properties, and also about the mouthwash. I actually use it as a mouthwash as well, especially after drinking coffee, as I found it just helps clean the stains off your teeth very easily, especially coffee stains. So it also works as a mechanical cleanser on the teeth and gums, neutralizes the production of acid in the mouth, and also acts as an antiseptic to help prevent infections. And sodium bicarbonate in combination with other ingredients can be used to make a dry or wet deodorant, and also there's also many other applications for both rubbing alcohol and baking soda. So essentially, baking soda and rubbing alcohol are super magical, so make sure to experiment yourselves and let me know some more applications you discover. Hopefully this is the last athlete's foot video I have to make, otherwise I don't know what I'm going to do. But I think this is pretty much a cure, at least for me, because I've never seen something absolutely dissolve the athlete's foot, like that. So because when I got it back again, when I was icing my feet, and then I had to go play soccer again, and I had to wear socks. I'm like, I gotta do something. So I just shoved a bunch of rubbing alcohol and baking soda and then in my feet, and then literally the same night it was all dissolving. The next day it was completely and utterly gone. Absolutely amazing. Anyways, that is all for today. I'm just scroll back up, and hopefully this video gets 500,000 views or more, because this is it's pretty big. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Like always, you could download these exact notes on Steam, and I'll be posting this exact video notes there, so you could read them instead of having to watch the video. You could do both, but I'll be there on Steam. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another Math Easy solution.